Feel the presence of nature. Be situated in your temple of internal solitude. Feel the mind unwind as you slow down the flow of the breath. Feel the entire body lighten like the feather of a bird. Ground down into Mother Earth beneath your feet or beneath the sitting bones. Relax the expression on the face and bring a little smile to the lips. Feeling gratitude that we can be here together today. Allowing the breath to wash through you. Any places in the body where there's tension, relax it with the outgoing breath. Open the heart, soften the mind. Open the mind, soften the heart. And now I invite you to make yourself comfortable as we prepare to embark on our journey. So today's journey is inspired by Attar's poetic work, Conference of the Birds. And with that inspiration, drawing from other traditions also, our feathered friends will inspire us to take flight towards the beloved. So perhaps you know, once there was a great assembly of birds. And they gathered together in the forest. Birds large and small, of all colours, of all creeds. message. So many good birds gathered, and some began to inquire. Perhaps there's more to life. For why are we here? And one wise messenger stepped forth. And he said, "O my feathered friends, do not waste your life in vain. This short life passes but at the blink of an eye. Seek your true purpose. Take that longing in your heart to its depths. Follow that call. Follow that call. For it is none other than the call of the beloved. The various birds began to chatter amongst themselves. Some were in doubt. Others were curious. Others were dismissive. Some began to inquire, "Who is this divine beloved you speak of?" That bird said, "He's the attractive one." His complexion is like a fresh rain cloud. draped in yellow cloth like a flash of lightning. Some began to wonder, how do I find this beloved? The sage gracious bird said, you will have to embark on a long journey. Not everyone felt the calling to go on the journey. Many made excuses. I have my family. I'm happy with my positions. What about my life? What about my commitments? What about my position in this world? One by one, the wise bird defeated their feeble attempts to remain an illusion. But still many remained attached to their positions, to their attachments. And they denied the call of the beloved. Others said, why should I follow you? Why should I believe your words? I can find my own way. So once there was a man. He loved to explore nature. One day he packed his bag and he went on an expedition deep into the forest. Further and further, he travelled into the luscious jungle. Further than it ever been before. And then after a long time, he stopped for a rest. Himself out loud, wow, I've travelled a long way. And then he heard his words repeat back to him, I've travelled a long way. And he looked around and he thought, where did this sound come from? And he said, who said that? And he heard back, who said that? He looked around but couldn't see anyone. Then he said, out there? Who's out there?" he heard. He could not see another human soul deep in the forest. So then he walked a little further, and he came across a beautiful sight. A luscious tree filled with colourful, magnificent parrots. Such is the desire of man, he thought, I want to capture this beauty and possess it for myself. So then he took one net, he took it out of his bag. Carefully and sneakily he went up to the tree with the parrots. And then he caught one parrot in his net. There was a huge commotion. All the parrots, all the birds were in a huge commotion. And then that one parrot he caught, he stuffed it in his bag and he started to walk back home. And when he returned home, he took that parrot and he put it in one cage in his living room. He began to feed that parrot, and this parrot was very intelligent, and they could even have conversation. He had this parrot for a very long time. He would invite his friends and show his parrot. He would talk about his rare parrots to his colleagues at work. Very proud of his parrot he was. Then after some years, he decided to go back to the jungle from where he got the parrot. Before he left, he said to his parrot friend, "Do you have any message for your friends?" And that parrot said, "Yes. Please tell my friends I am alive and I am well, and I don't want you to worry about me. And I love you all very dearly." Then that man said, "Is there anything else?" And he said, "No, just repeat my words." So off deep, deep into the jungle he went. And then there in the jungle, he came across that magnificent tree, the palace of the parrots. It was a wonderful sight to behold, such beauty. And then he began to talk to his parrot companions there in the forest. Oh, I have your friend at home. I am feeding him well. I am very pleased to have him. And he has a message for you. He wants me to tell you all that he is alive and that he is well. And that he does not want you to worry about him, and that he loves you all. And then right when he was saying that, in that moment, one parrot stepped forth and fell to the ground. That parrot was dead. Who is this parrot, the man thought. Was he some family member? Was he the wife? Was he the son? Was he the daughter? Just on hearing news from the feathered friend, he fell dead. Such heartbreak he must have had. So then, rather sad, the man returned home. That parrot was waiting for him at home, very excited. Did you see my friends? Did they have some message for me? Please tell me, tell me. The man did not want to answer his feathered friend. The parrot insisted, please, please tell me, what did my friends have to say? Did they have some message for me? Said, I passed on your message that you're alive, that you're well, that you don't want them to worry about you, and that you love them all. And just as I was saying that, one parrot, he fell dead to the ground. And then just as he had told that, then that parrot also fell dead to the ground. Now the man was very depressed. So he decided, at least I should send him off nicely, and I'll make one nice grave in my back garden. So he took his feathered friend out to the back garden and laid him on the earth, and he began to dig a hole. And he was digging a hole into the soil, digging, digging, digging. And then that parrot, lying unconscious on the ground, he opened his eyes and he began to fly in the sky. And then that man said, "Hey, what happened? I thought you were dead." And then that parrot said, "No, I'm not dead. I'm following the message of my friend." Then that man said, "What message?" And then that parrot said, That parrot in the forest, he was my guru. And by his own example, Gurudev shows us how to be free of our cage. So by following the example of his guru, he played dead. He fell to the ground and he managed to get out of his captivity. The man was astonished, but also impressed. And then that parrot, very happily, he began to fly back home. In the words of Guru Nanak, the Guru is the stepping stone. The Guru is the boat. The Guru is the raft of Hari's name. The Guru is the lake, the sea. The Guru is the ship. The Guru is the place to ford the stream. Would you like to glisten in the lake that is made of truth? Go then and bathe in that name. After hearing this tale, they began to realize, oh, only someone whose hands are untied can untie the hands or the wings of another person. So we need to follow the way of the enlightened ones. Guru opens our eyes with the torchlight of divine knowledge to free our soul from its mortal bindings. So we can soar on the breeze of consciousness. Another bird said, "But I have my family." My beautiful family. So then, the wise old bird, he said, once there was a sage, his name was Dattatreya Rishi. And he was wandering through the forest. And in a tree, he saw a family of pigeons. There was the mother, the father, and a baby pigeon, and they were so happy. The father could think of nothing but his beloved wife and his baby, and the mother could think of nothing but her family. And then that sage, Dattatreya, he saw a hunter coming through the forest. And then that hunter, he placed a trap at the bottom of their tree. And then that hunter, he went home after setting his trap. And the following day, the sun rose. The birds were chirping. And in the first rays of the morning light, the father pigeon, he left home to go and collect food for his family. He was away a long time, and the baby was getting very hungry. So the mother thought, oh, I need some snack to feed my baby. So she too left the nest. And as they were both gone, then that little baby pigeon who could not fly, he fell out of the nest, down the tree, into the hunter's trap. Along came the hunter. Seeing the little baby pigeon, he was pleased, but then he saw the mother returning, and she was looking around for her baby. Where's my baby? Where's my baby? She was in hysterics. Then she saw her beloved child in the hunter's trap. The tie of a mother's bond is extremely strong. And not being able to bear the pain of separation, she too went into the hunter's trap voluntarily. Dusk was coming, and the father pigeon, he began to return. When he arrived, he saw an empty nest. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? He began to get very upset. Beloved baby pigeon in the hunter's trap. And not being able to bear the fire of separation from his attachments, he too voluntarily entered into the trap of the hunter. Way, the sage Dattatreya, he saw that the life of the whole family was over. The birds at the conference, hearing this, could understand. Indeed, this life is like a fleeting fist of sand falling between your fingers. Time's rolling very, very fast. Our life here is short. And although there's great beauty and joy in the connections of this world, they are temporary. And our heart longs for something permanent. So then, great inspiration arose, and 30 birds, 30 souls, rare souls, they began to take flight on an epic journey. Flying towards freedom. Of Mirabai, out in a downpour, in a sopping wet skirt, and you have gone to a distant country. Unbearable heart, letter after letter, just asking when. My Lord, when are you coming? Words of Laleshwari, the 14th century female mystic from Kashmir. First the washerman pounded me on his washing stone. He scrubbed me with clay and soap. Then the tailor measured me piece by piece. With his scissors, only then could I, Lala, find the road to heaven. It takes a brave soul to follow this call of the beloved. Amongst many souls, to find a true seeker is rare. Yet in the words of Lasdell, the great way is easy, yet people prefer the side paths. So we must follow this longing. We must follow this longing to really obtain our heart's desire. Let your soul fly free. Don't lose the bird's eye view and get lost in the small things. After a long journey, not all of them make it. For some Others get lost in distraction, fame, name, money, and power. Others, their vision becomes eclipsed by mystic powers. Yet all the while the beloved waits patiently. Finally, the lucky few arrive at a crystal clear lake. The lake of lucidity. Where the spirit can be seen, free of the material filters. Goham Pravistav Atmanohe, says in the Upanishads. Flying high, flying within, deeper, deeper into the cave of the heart. And there in the cave of the heart, what a sight to behold. That there's one magnificent tree. The roots grow up and the branches go down. And on that tree in the heart, it's surprising to find that there are two souls present. One soul, one bird. He is tasting fruit, sometimes bitter, sometimes sweet, lost in his enticement to taste the fruits of the world. And all the while, the other bird is waiting patiently. Just waiting for his friend to turn towards him, to bring his loving glance in his direction. And then finally, after so many births, going through so many species, finally we decide to follow the call of the beloved. When the lover answers the call, and they both begin to smile. And in this cellar, there was bottles and bottles of wine. But there was no one there to drink it, says Lareshuri. Meaning the small self had been dissolved. And the true I came forth as the lover, the servant of the beloved. So, Swami Shivananda of Rishikesh, the Divine Life Society, he says that all the longing, all the bhav, all the sentiment and the longing of the Sufis, it is the longing of the great lover Radha, the greatest lover. Years ago, in the soils of the Indian subcontinent, the great beloved and the great lover, they came here. And they manifest the land of the beloved. Beauty is before me, and beauty is behind me. Above and below me hovers the beautiful. I am surrounded by it. I am immersed in it. In my youth, I am aware of it. And in my old age, I shall walk quietly the beautiful trail. So when the great lover, the sham complexioned one, who's like a rain cloud, when he was here, with his beloved, whose fragrance is like saffron and sandalwood mixed together. The great lover Radha, she brought her parrot to this world. His name was Sukha. Sukadev. And just as the sun sets on the western horizon every evening, the eternal, beautiful, divine couple, the sun of their pastimes set for this planet, and then it arose somewhere else, so they disappeared from our material view here. But before they left, they told Sukha, "Oh, beautiful Sukha, you should stay in this world, and you should sing about our pastimes, the pastimes of the lover and the beloved, to inspire the world." Although Sukha was heartbroken to be away from his beloved Radha and Krishna. He relished his service in sharing their glories. To awaken us, to inspire us, for our souls to take flight so we too can return home to the lover and the beloved. So Sukha remained here, and he began to fly all around the Indian subcontinent. Also for himself, looking for any opportunity to relish hearing about the pastimes of the lover and the beloved. And he flew all the way down to South India. And there in South India, an Ekambara, the mountain with a single mango tree on top, that was laden with ripe, juicy fruit, was the great yogi Shiva. The yogis. And Lord Shiva, the great yogi, he's also the great devotee of the lover and the beloved. So there on Ekambara, the mountain with the single mango tree, Lord Shiva, he was narrating the Bhagavatam to his eternal consort Parvati. The Bhagavatam is like the ripe fruit of the Vedic scriptures. A life-giving tonic for the liberated souls that exclusively shares the sweetness of the lover and the beloved. So Shiva was sharing this immortal nectar to his consort Parvati Devi. And Parvati, she was saying as she was listening. But the Bhagavatam's very long, and she was waiting for the 10th canto of the Bhagavatam, the crescendo, the smiling face of the beloved. But not being able to be patient enough, she fell asleep. But before she fell asleep, Sukha, the great parrot, he landed in the single mango tree. And he was listening to the Bhagavatam from the lips of Shiva, the great yogi. And hearing Parvati saying, then he too began to say, And as Parvati, she fell asleep, Shiva thought, oh, oh, my wife's still listening, because he could hear, And then after some time, Shiva noticed, oh, my beloved wife is asleep. But where is this coming from? So he looked around, and in the single mango tree, he saw one parrot. And perhaps you know one form of Shiva is Rudra, who annihilates this entire universe, Nataraj, with his cosmic dance of destruction. So then, becoming angry at Sukha, he began to chase him. And Sukha began to fly, far away, far away, far away. All the way up the snowy mountains to the Himalayas, to Badrinath Dham. And just past Badrinath Dham, the last village on the Swarga Roha, the path to heaven, Mana, where there is Shamyaprash Ashram, the ashram of the great sage Vedavyas Rishi. So Vedavyas, he was there. He has a dark complexion and a long beard. He's a powerful sage in the snow-clad mountains of the Himalayas. And when Sukha arrived, Vedavyas, he was also speaking Bhagavatam to his wife. But his wife was in astonishment hearing the sweet pastimes of the lover and the beloved, and her mouth was open in astonishment. So then Sukha the parrot, he began to fly, and he flew into the mouth of the wife of Vedavyas, all the way in her mouth, into her womb. And then Sukha, that parrot, he began to grow in the womb of the wife of Vyasadeva. Into a child, and he was completely realized in Brahman. He was realized in the formless effulgence of the Supreme Divinity, the all-pervasive light. And he did not want to be born. Why should I be born? If I become born, I'll become attached to many things in the world. So for many, many years he stayed in the wife of his mother. And it began to become a bit of a problem. So his wise father began to think, how can I entice my beloved son to be born? So then, to his disciples, he began to recite about the sweet form of the beloved. From the radiance of the tips of his toes, his ankle bells, his yellow cloth like the shimmering of a flash of lightning, his crooked form, his Kastuba money jewel on his chest, his flute his enticing flute, and his long curling locks of hair, and a garland of malati flowers and dulce that goes all the way to his knees. And hearing this beautiful description of the beloved, for the first time, Suka, who had realized the limitless light, began to think, oh, my love can go further. My love can go further. Beyond the light is the smiling face. Saint Bernard of the Christian tradition, he has one prayer. Oh Lord, please remove your shining white light so I can see your smiling face. And that smiling face, it's cooling like millions and millions of moons. So then for the first time, Suka, he decided to be born. And then from out of the womb of Vedavyas's wife appeared a 16-year-old child. But because he was completely realized, he immediately left his family and went to seek the beloved. And even his father was calling, oh my son, please come back. And all he was met with was the echoes from the trees, oh my son, oh my son, oh my son, oh my son. So this desire to meet the beloved, St. John of the Cross says, you must be willing to leave unseen in the middle of the night, to climb out through the window, to really follow that call. Allow your soul to take flight on the breeze of the fragrant scent of the divine's call. Lala willfully entered the garden door of the south, and there she found the lover and the beloved. And absorbed in him, absorbed in her, she realized the essence and tasted the divine secret. When will I die alive? How can he stop me, she says. So then, taking flight further, further, further to the land of the beloved. Where the cooling waters of the Jamuna flow, lotus flowers move back and forth in the breeze. The scent of laden honey trees trees dripping with honey, dripping with nectar as the hives of the bees overflow. Where the lover and the beloved walk barefoot. Where the lover is decorated with jasmine flowers in her hair, and the twinkling of her ankle bells enchant the mind of the beloved. Although the great beloved enchants the minds of everyone, the yogis do hard austerity in the mountains for thousands of years. People pray endlessly. People walk long distance. People go through extreme adversity just to get a momentary glimpse of the tips of the toes of the beloved. Here in the Vrindavan forest, the eternal home of the beloved. The beloved's mind is captivated here by the great lover, Radharani. And her beauty, if you have a glass of water and you are thirsty, your thirst will be quenched. But just once, if you see her beauty, you'll become more and more thirsty to drink it more and more incessantly. The lover that entices the mind of the beloved. So one day, the two parrots of the lover and the beloved, they are called Sukha and Sari. They met together in a tree in the enchanted forest of Bahuvan within Vrindavan. And they were having a conversation. Who really is the jewel in the beloved land? Is it the lover? Or is it the beloved? Which one is higher? So then Sari, the female parrot, she was saying, "Oh, my Krishna, he is the true jewel of Vrindavan." And then Sukha, the male parrot, was saying, "No, no, the great lover, Radharani, she is the true jewel." And in this way, they were arguing back and forth. Who really is the great jewel in the land of the beloved? Is it Krishna? Is it Radha? Is it the lover, or is it the beloved? One would say Krishna, one would say Radha. And then finally, what they understood, that the greatest thing, the greatest miracle is the divine love itself. Which finds its highest expression through Radha and Krishna, and drives the longing for the lover and the beloved in all traditions. Because it's the same lover and the same beloved. Behind all the masks, they are one. They are one soul that has taken two forms to exchange love. So then Sukha and Sari, they agreed, the greatest thing is praying, divine love. So the great lover, Krishna, he drinks the beauty of Radharani through his eyes. And it's like in mellifluousness, an incessant cascade of honey. And his thirst is never quenched. And Radharani, she relishes the beauty and her love for Krishna. And in this way, the lover and the beloved, they know nothing but each other. And it is our great fortune for our soul to take flight and become their eternal servants in the school of love. To obtain this divine praying, this divine love. So it's the lover and the beloved and the love itself, all three of them eternally dance together. And that love inspires the rise of the moon, the flight of the birds, the warmth of the sun, the opening of flowers. It's all the waves in the ocean of their love. Slowly come back to the temple of your body. Absorbed in nature and in the bird song, the tiny flying flutes of the divine. Slowly coming back to your breath, flowing in and out, like the tides of the ocean rise and fall. The two souls in the heart, you the individual soul and the beloved, just waiting to meet. There's an invitation, follow that call. Follow that call. Fly free. Fly free back home. By singing the divine names, we return. We return. The fire of separation is extinguished with the cooling moonbeams of the divine names. Gordon Hempton, who records natural sounds deep in the forest undisturbed by human interference. He mentions that most of human speech falls below the optimal hearing of the human ear. And the optimum range of the human ear is to receive birdsong. And those birds are calling us to sing our way back home. So please come back to your body, feel into your feet. Feel into the palms of your hands, perhaps the warmth of the sun upon your face or skin, and the breeze as it caresses the skin, the touch of the earth beneath you. When you're ready, gently bring your hands together and warm vigorously the palms together. Feel that warmth between the palms, and then place the warm palms over the eyes. Again, rub the palms together. Feel the warmth of the sun between the palms. Cup the warm palms over the eyes. One more time, bring the warmth of the sun, the warmth of the love into the palms. And then cup those palms over the eyes. Remind you that take your gaze inwards towards the beloved. And then bring that warmth down the face, down the throat. Take a couple of breaths into the heart. The seat of the soul. Feel the heart beating beneath the palms. And then this concludes this phase of the journey, inspired by our feathered friends. We're going to end with another kirtan. Perhaps we'll get some realization of our journey we've just been on, because everything is contained in these divine names. And this kirtan that we're about to sing, that Anupam will lead, this was actually inspired by birds, this melody. Our teacher, he is sometimes based in Vrindavan, where the great lover, Radha and Krishna, they personally appeared 5,000 years ago. And it's a very wonderful place to visit in India. And so one day our teacher was there, near the bank of the Jamuna, where the flowing river moves. And there was two birds in a tree, and they were singing back and forth, the lover and the beloved, the Sukha and Sari. Well, one thing I didn't mention about Sukha and Sari, they were inspired to glorify the lover and the beloved from what they'd heard from the lover and the beloved themselves. So the lover, she's always glorifying the beloved, and the beloved is always glorifying the lover. So being inspired by birds and the land of the beloved, this is where this melody has arisen from. And this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, 8 names address the beloved and 8 names address the female, the lover. So it's the perfect balance of the lover and the beloved, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth in this divine play of love. So I invite you, allow this love to move through you and hear the mantra as it comes through. And there's some instruments here, so feel free to grab them and clang them together. Participation's good.
Santi, do you want to come and do this one? Can you come and do this one?
An invitation to Santi.
Where? Where?
Next to Anandini. So just a couple of announcements before we have dinner. So our teacher will be coming to New Zealand in April. He'll be here in Auckland. What date?
18th to the 27th.
18th till the 27th. It'll also be in Whangarei for 3 days. It'll be 8 years since he's been in New Zealand. He's a Sanskrit scholar. He does a lot of work with interreligious dialogue. He's a UN ambassador for world peace. And he is a real connoisseur in the transcendental mellows of the lover and the beloved. So whatever tradition you are associated with, or if you're an atheist, whatever, you can come and you can hear some very, very nice guitar about the lover and the beloved. And he's also an amazing musician. His kirtan is out of this world, quite literally. So it's our great opportunity in this life to associate with someone who has their hands untied, because only someone whose hands are untied can untie you. And if we just get a momentary experience of having our hands, having our heart untied, it will transform your life forever. So I humbly request, if you feel inspired, please come and hear from him. And we have some books there, many books to browse through if you want to have a look. We have a nice vegetarian feast about to be served, and we also have a donation box if you feel free to give any donation or letter of complaint or something. And thank you everyone for taking time out of your Sunday afternoon to come along. We really appreciate it. And,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you also to all our musicians.
Yeah, thank you to all the musicians. Matthew on the hang drum, Natsuki on the harp, Anupam on the keyboard, Anandini on the vocals, Pranavalabha on the madanga. It's a real team effort. So, and thank you, Jamila, for opening up your space and hosting us. It's really blessed that we can come together. It's a real act of grace, and just no matter what tradition we're from, we can just come and share in some remembrance of the divine. It's really fortunate. So thank you.
And on this little book table we set up, there's also a piece of paper, and if you'd like to leave your contact details, we'd love to have some feedback, or if you're interested in finding out more about events like this in the future, or just whatever, if you're interested in the dates and the details of when our master is coming in the next month, then please leave your details and we'll keep you guys informed. Thank you.
We also really appreciate constructive feedback. Like I kind of joke, I'd rather have a complaint than a compliment, but it's actually serious. Like I want to evolve, like we want to refine, we want to grow. So any kind of feedback you can give, it's actually really appreciated. And so thank you. We are your servants. Hare Krishna. Now dinner time, best part of the day, right?
It's kind of going in between cool and warm. Should we go
I think
inside?
we should go inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's much
It's
easier.
gonna get cooler, eh?
Much easier. Just come upstairs, everybody.
Nice little meditation as well.
Look exactly the same.
They say you can walk
I like jump hop through different backyards. So I can hear them. They are. Very nice. Can you guys see my glasses? Oh, there's oh, that's great.
I always forget, bro.
No, normally we all do it together.
No, I just wasn't.
Oh, that's great.
Feedback between conversations. Yeah, there was quite a few moments where I was like, oh, I like what they're doing. That link into another space.
You don't text me this was like,
Just so.
Shipashak. Oh yes, yes, yes. Oh really? That's so sweet.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah,
Many more.
I want to like
Go with the flow, so to say.
They was definitely
So crazy. Oh, you come on.
Yeah, go in and
Every